is her.
Oh, shit, I recognize her.
Mm-hmm.
I no idea what her name is. Yeah, I think I might know her, but I don't know her name.
Ah,
Uh, as for a guess of a name, I'm gonna go with Hime.
okay, Hime.
Because, you know, the chains.
Okay.
I think she's a yokai. I'm not quite sure what kind of yokai, but she's an alcoholic.
Alright.
Um, if I'm,
She's an
if this,
alcoholic yokai.
yeah, if this is the character I'm thinking of, then yeah, because I remember, can't remember who it was, but someone said that uh, one of the Touhou characters is a huge alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if I'm recalling correctly. But anyway, back to her personality. Uh, Probably quite cheerful, but gets a little bit rowdy when she drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think she'd just attack you when she's drunk, unless she's always drunk.
Okay. Um, her name is Suika Ibuki
Okay, Suika. Yes, that's right. I remember Suika now.
because you probably saw her in Tohomon, I
Yeah,
believe.
I think that was one of the biggest reasons I know her.
Yeah. Um, she is indeed an alcoholic. She's not an alcoholic yokai, but she is a yokai.
Okay,
She's an oni.
and Oni makes sense. She's got the horns.
Yeah. Her personality, you were pretty accurate on that. She really likes to party.
Oh,
That's a big thing with her. She likes to party and drink.
so she's Irish.
Yes. Yes. She's basically like that. Um, I think she was also a final boss, if I'm remembering right. Well, she wasn't in the shooters. She was in the fighting game
Okay,
because she likes to drink, she likes to party, and I think she likes to fight.
I can see that.
Yeah, and I think she like made somehow made everyone just want to have parties and do nothing else, and that was the plot of that game.
Oh.
And so that was considered an incident, and Reimu and them were like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, it sounds like something an Irish person would do.
And as for attacking people, I don't think she'd do it for like no reason. Um, like there are Onis that would, but I don't think she would.
Yeah.
She maybe if she's like really drunk or something, but she doesn't generally act drunk, even if she gets drunk.
Okay.
But she probably would like. I mean, if she gets attacked, she'll attack back. That's all I
That
really
that's
know of from her game because
that's
I'm bad at the
understandable.
fighting games. I beat Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, and that's the only one. And I didn't play Suika's story in that.
Ah,
Um, but yes, that's Suika. You did pretty decent with her,
that's good. It would be the alcoholic, wouldn't it?
right? Okay. Now this
Okay.
character, you
I
might have seen
know
her before.
I've definitely seen her before.
Oh yeah, you have actually.
Yeah. I can't think of what her name is though.
Okay.
So I'm going to say Alice 2.0.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
she's certainly a yokai.
All right.
I'm gonna say a succubus.
Okay.
She just looks like a succubus. Although she doesn't have gigantic boobs, like most succubi seem to have. Um,
Well,
Personality, yeah, you know, your typical succubus personality. Um, Instead of liking hot men, she probably likes hot women.
okay, so she's a lesbian.
Yeah, she's a lesbian. I'm gonna go with that. I mean, she's certainly a yokai. 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 She probably has to absorb souls if she is a succubus. Life energy.
Mm.
Um, and that's why I also think she would attack you if you're a hot girl.
Okay.
Because
So she
not just because you're a hot girl, but also she needs your spirit energy.
so she's a succubus and thinks Reimu is a hot girl.
Yes.
Well, her name is not Alice 2.0.
I figured.
It's Flandre Scarlet.
Oh,
She is actually
Flandre.
Ramelia's sister, so
She's a vampire.
she's a vampire, yes.
Okay.
Not a succubus.
She just
She's
looks.
actually very childish.
She does look childish, yeah. I was going to say a vampire, but then I was like, no, we've already had a vampire.
Hmm. She is the extra boss after Ramelia
Okay.
in Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. Basically, she spent like years and years and years locked up in the basement because she's too dangerous.
Oh. Because she's a
Yeah.
lesbian, or...
Not necessarily, no. She's just, I think it's because she's got some kind of power that lets her just destroy anything.
Yeah, she does look like she'd be quite strong.
Yeah. And her most common depiction is being a very childish girl who is also very reckless.
Can totally see that.
Yeah. And she's also commonly depicted as really liking Marissa for some reason.
So she's a lesbian.
Might have been a piece of dialogue. She's generally considered a lesbian.
Okay.
So there's that. And she'd attack you for fun. Because
okay.
she really likes to play, but she's
play.
not necessarily to hurt people. That's just her way of playing, and from what I can tell, she doesn't really understand that.
So she's kind of like a cat then. Cats will scratch you while they're playing.
Yeah, kind of. Except she's a lot more dangerous.
Well, of course.
But yeah, that's Flandre.
Okay, I do know her now after you mentioned the name.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You probably know her from the music.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so next character.
Oh, I've seen her like once, I think. I remember seeing her in one of the games you were playing. I think it was a fan game.
Mm-hmm. It might have been a Touhou game. Maybe.
No, I don't think it was a Touhou game.
Well, I don't know, but there she is.
Yeah, she does look familiar anyway. As for a name, I'm not going to say Alice 2.0.
Okay.
So I will say Arisu.
Oh God. Okay.
She's a frog yokai.
All right.
I mean, she's got frogs on her dress. At least I think they're frogs, and her hat thing looks like a frog.
Okay.
She seems like a very cheerful girl. You know, wants to have fun. Kind of like a less psychotic version of Flandre.
Okay.
I don't think she would attack you unless you were like harming animals.
All right. Well, her name is Suika Moria,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, that should be right. She's not a frog yokai exactly. She's also a goddess, just like Kaneko.
Oh.
But Kaneko and Suiko do have like animal motifs. Kaneko's is the snake, and Suiko's is the frog.
Okay,
So
I got the frog part right at least.
Yeah, that was a fair assumption.
Yeah, I mean it's literally on her dress. So.
Yeah, she is also at a part of the shrine that Sanae is at.
Okay.
She's the extra boss after Kaneko in their game. I forgot the name of it. Um, as for her personality, well, again, I don't know that much about the characters from that game except for Sane, but and I haven't seen that much fan and stuff of her. But she's generally depicted as way more mature than she looks, because she
Okay,
looks rather childish, as
she
you can
does.
see. But she's depicted as rather mature for her looks, and also kind of acts like a parent towards Sane.
So she did that.
I, 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 I guess I don't know. I don't know, but there's that. Um, that's really all I know about her personality and why she would attack you. Mm. She probably would if you were hurting like frogs or animals or whatever.
Okay.
Um, she is often depicted as disliking Cherno because of one of Cherno's hobbies is freezing frogs in blocks of ice.
Just like a Yuki Onna does.
Right. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay.
Uh, that's Suiko. Okay, this is the next character, as you can see.
She looks badass.
Yeah, she's pretty badass.
Okay, well, I'm gonna come straight out and say she's a Pyromancer.
Okay, how about her name?
A name? I'm gonna go with Pyro.
Okay.
uh, yeah, I can't think of a better name.
All right.
So she's probably a yokai.
Mm,
Or, I can kind of see her being a goddess as well, though.
all right.
Uh, yeah, I don't think she's a human anyway.
All right.
Personality, kind of cool. You know, she's
Mm,
like the cool guy. She
fair.
acts like she doesn't care about people, but she does. Uh, she wants to fight for everything that's good.
Okay.
um, she would attack you in the name of good.
Okay. Well,
So if you're like
her
a villain
name
or whatever.
her name is Moko. It's Fujiwara no Moko.
Okay. I was never gonna get that.
She's yeah. Her species. Well, I believe she's a human, but she she's like Kaguya in that she took the immortality potion. So
Okay.
she's like an immortal human and can kind of use shit like magic, I guess.
Alright.
Mostly fire based.
Yeah.
She's the extra boss after Kaguya.
Ah. I'm starting to see a little bit of
Uh,
a trend here, actually.
well, yeah, I kind of just put like three fifth, three last stage bosses and three extra bosses after each other, but the trend doesn't continue. Don't worry.
Okay.
um, she is she is kind of a cool like character. You got her personality kind of right there.
Yeah?
She's not exactly all in the name of good. She's kind of more of an uncaring about that kind of thing. She's like, she lives kind of isolated as well,
Oh, alright.
in the bamboo forest, like by herself.
She looks like she'd live in a bamboo forest.
Yeah. Um, that's Moko. She would probably attack you. Well, she's Kaguya's nemesis or whatever. She'd attack you if you're Kaguya, but she'd
Oh,
also
so
just
that's
attack
her.
you. Yeah, she'd probably also just attack you if you're being like super fucking annoying. and making ruckus or whatever.
That's fair.
Because she's clearly an old man.
Get off my property.
I could totally see that. So that's Moko.
All right.
And next.
Oh shit. I'm gonna say she's a human.
Okay.
She looks kind of like a princess as well,
Okay.
or like maybe not a princess, but somebody who would aid the princess, basically. Kind of like Financier from Neptunia,
Okay.
except Blonde's not a princess.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I think that. So I think she seems like a motherly type as well.
All right.
But despite being a motherly type, I don't think she's super nice.
Mm-hmm.
I do think she probably cares about the people she's close to, but she'd probably be like kind of asshole-ish to evil people.
Okay.
Like, I could see her talking back.
All right.
As for attacking you, well, I didn't give her a name yet, did I?
No.
Okay, let me think of a name. I'm gonna go with Momo.
Okay, Momo.
Yeah. Okay, as for why she would attack, probably to just kind of, how can I word this? I guess maybe to show that you're worthless.
Oh, okay.
Like, she wants to basically beat you down and show that you need to be stronger if you want to take her on.
Okay. Well,
I'm way
her
off,
name,
aren't I?
you'll see. Her name is Yuko Saigyouji.
Okay.
She's not a human. She's a spirit, like a ghost, I guess, sorta.
Oh,
This
interesting.
is a little complicated. Like, I don't even know what she was before she was a spirit. She is, I think she's from a very influential family, I think.
She does look like it.
But she's dead, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, she actually has the power to manipulate death, from what I can tell, if I am remembering correctly. So she could just kill someone.
That's impressive.
Yeah. She is the final boss, I think, of Perfect Cherry Blossom. And
makes sense with her hair color.
Yomo is her bodyguard.
Yeah?
Yeah, her servant.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the samurai-looking chick, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
The half ghost.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And basically, Yuyuko's goal was to create an everlasting spring.
Oh, so it wasn't to find the One Piece or anything?
No.
Ah, that's unfortunate. She'd make a good
Just
pirate.
to make spring last forever, I think.
Well, being in a game with Cherry Blossom, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
The color of her hair as well also kind of hints at that.
Yeah, there was some sort of big reason behind that, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
She wouldn't really attack you for no reason, but she has done it before. She's like, I think that in Yomo's story, I think it was Yomo's, in Scarlet Weather Rhapsody, she just attacked Yomo like for no reason, just playing around or something.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, hey, no, don't leave.
So leaving her will make her attack you.
I guess. Because Yomu was going to go check something out because there were like messed up weather patterns in that game.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, her
I,
personality is generally depicted as being actually rather silly, but also perfectly capable of being serious.
yeah, I can kind of see that actually.
Yeah.
Judging by
And she's
what you
also
just told
depicted
me
as a
there.
tease.
I can see that too.
Yeah. All right.
I
That's
like
you,
her design.
Yuko. She does have a very pretty design. I like it as well.
I feel like I've seen her before.
You might have. She's fairly well known.
Okay, not sure on her name, but I'm gonna go with Rihanna because she has an umbrella. Although I feel like I'll stick with Rihanna.
Okay.
um, I think she's probably a human.
Okay.
I mean, her eye color kind of hints that maybe she's not, but I don't see anything yokai-ish about her. Although her hair does look a bit evil.
Evil. Okay.
The red eyes and the green hair just looks kind of evil.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna say she's a yokai.
All right. What
Uh,
kind, if any?
if any, I don't have a specific name for it, but I think she'd be able to control the weather.
Okay.
Not just because she has an umbrella, I can just kind of see it.
Okay.
I think the umbrella is. I could also see the umbrella being kind of like a weapon, used as a weapon.
Mhm.
As for her personality, mm, maybe kind of tsundere.
Okay.
uh, less less obvious about it, but
Mm.
sort of one. I think she's probably a villain who maybe likes whoever the main character is in her game.
Okay.
But because they're on opposite sides, she just wants to fight her instead.
Okay.
So, as for why she would attack, because you like, I don't know, Beyonce better than Rihanna, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Um, her name is Yuka Qasimi.
Okay.
She's you were close with weather yokai. She's actually a plant yokai.
Oh.
Yeah, she can manipulate plants, I
Actually, now
guess.
that I look at it, she's got like a flower on her dress, and her umbrella looks like a fucking flower.
Yeah,
And her hair.
yeah. It's subtle, but also guessable.
Yeah.
Um, her personality, she's not a tsundere generally.
Oh.
She's usually depicted as a sadist, actually.
I can see that actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I was originally gonna say yandere, but I was like, nah, probably not.
She's occasionally depicted that way, but I wouldn't really consider her one.
Okay.
Um, sadist, like seeing people squirm, etc. for her fanon depiction,
Oh,
anyways.
okay.
I don't remember which game she appeared in actually, but she's a very well-known character.
Yeah, I've
Um,
certainly seen her before.
I'm pretty sure she appeared in Mystic Square, one of the PC 98 games, but that's not what people know her for.
Okay.
It might have been. No, I don't think it was Perfect Cherry Blossom. I'm not sure. But, well, that's her. I'm not sure of the other aspects of her personality. She's she would attack you if you like tried to damage her plants
Okay.
mainly, or flowers or anything.
You know, I was kind of thinking
Because
instead of that joke I made of why she would attack you, I could have just said she would attack you because she likes you. That would have continued on with the personality thing I had.
yeah, it would have. But I mean, that's generally what I know about her.
Okay.
About
Seems
Yuka.
interesting.
There are two characters left.
Alright. Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah.
Don't know her name now, but I've seen her.
Mm.
Um, alright, let's see. I'm gonna say she's a human.
Okay.
I'm gonna say she's a human who became a witch.
Okay.
As for a name, I am going to call her Aqua.
Aqua. Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm gonna call her Peach instead.
Peach. Okay.
um, I think she's a light-hearted character. You know, she wants to be friends with everybody, but at the same time, she could probably kick your fucking ass.
Ah.
I could see
Okay.
her being able to like just totally kick ass.
Okay.
But I do see her being extremely friendly, not wanting to fight anybody. So I think she would only attack you if you pushed her to.
All right. Well, let's see. Her name is Tinchy Inna.
That's right, I've heard of Tenchi
She's
before.
um I think they call it a celestial. It's like an angel basically,
Okay.
but different. And she is as for her personality, she's commonly known to be rather spoiled in a way because she was um because she's a celestial, which means she lives in heaven.
Okay.
So
Makes
she's
sense.
commonly known to be rather spoiled and often gets. She likes attention because the whole plot of Scarlet Weather Rhapsody was her causing natural disasters down on Earth, um, so that someone would come and stop her. Basically, she was bored and wanted attention.
Ow. She does look like an attention seeker, actually.
Yeah, and she's one of those characters that people just kind of are rude to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the the fandom, from what I have seen, doesn't have the best opinion towards her,
Hmm. I think she looks
except for
cool.
like, yeah, I like her. She's also commonly depicted as a masochist because of what she did,
God.
because she basically did that so people would come up and basically beat her up.
Makes perfect sense to assume that then, yeah.
Yeah, people do go a bit overboard with it, but
I can
yeah.
imagine.
And as for attacking you, she probably wouldn't just do it randomly, but if she did, it would probably just be like out of boredom
Oh. So is she
or
super
for
strong?
attention. She is very strong, yes.
So I was right with that part, at
Yeah.
least.
She's very strong. That's That's Tenchi basically. She's a cool character.
Yeah, I like her.
People generally dislike her for being a spoiled brat, I believe, or
Makes sense.
acting like one.
I can see why people would dislike her then.
Yeah. Okay, last one.
Is her name Ran?
No, that's a different character that's not on this.
Okay. I was just expecting her to come up at some point.
No, I didn't put her in.
Okay. Um. Okay, well, she's got a creepy umbrella.
Okay.
I'm gonna say she's a yokai. And I have a
hmm
feeling she's quite an important character since you left her for last. And she looks kind of familiar. As for a name, though, I'm going to go with... let's just go with Bert.
Okay.
um,
There's not a hint of green on her, but all right.
I was thinking the hair and the boobs.
All right. Fair.
I'm gonna say she's probably a villain.
Mm,
Probably a witch, a yokai witch.
okay.
Personality, can see her being a sadist of sorts.
Mm,
I can see her kind of wanting to be in charge of everything.
all right.
Be the boss of everything, pretty much. And she's probably a boss in one of the games.
Mm, most characters are.
Yeah. For why she would attack you if you don't listen to her.
Okay. Her name is Yukari Yakumo.
She's related to that Ran one anyway.
Yeah. Sort of. Ren is her Shikigami, I believe.
Okay.
Anyway. She is a yokai. She's not a witch. I'm not exactly 100% sure what she would be called, but she's generally called a gap yokai, as in she can manipulate gaps.
Like tie gaps or
Just gaps in general. Like
okay.
she can create a gap in space and like another gap and then put something in that gap and it'll go out of the other gap.
Oh, okay. So she can kind of use dimensions or
Yeah.
portals rather.
Yeah. I think she can manipulate it in other ways, but that's generally what she is depicted of doing.
Okay.
And personality, well, okay. I don't really remember much about her role in the game. She is considered pretty major. She's popular, anyways.
Yeah, she looks like she'd be popular.
I think she was in Perfect Cherry Blossom, actually, but the thing is, I think Yuyuko was the final boss of that. I'm pretty sure, but Yukari. She was either a final or extra boss in one of the games.
Do you want to know what's actually funny?
What?
I was going to guess Yukari as a name just because of that one piece of hair.
Amazing.
But yeah, continue.
So yeah, I'm not 100% sure of her role, to be honest. I mean, she is considered quite important. She's very old. She's a very old yokai.
Doesn't surprise me.
So she's considered quite wise, but also often depicted as being silly at times. Like, she doesn't take things seriously. She could if she wants to, but she just doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. And apparently she hibernates.
Oh, so is she a bear?
I don't know. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's just something she does.
Okay. To each their own, I guess.
Yeah. And as for a reason why she would attack you, it's very unlikely that she would actually attack someone, to be honest. I mean, in the games, they just do it randomly, especially in the fighting games, literally, like, whoever you're playing as, like, just all these characters will randomly attack you at points.
Ah, okay.
And she is in the fighting games.
All right.
So, it's hard to say for that.
That's fair.
Um, Regardless, that's the last character, Yukari.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So that's the end of that.